Hello, welcome to Revenant Reads. I'm Vin, and this is my last installment for Book Trek 2024, where I am going to be talking about Immortal Coil by Jeffrey Lang. So, Book Trek is an annual event that happens in the summer where myself and some other co-hosts and people who follow along, we basically just geek out and we read some Star Trek fiction in the summer, as well as some other Star Trek related books. It has gone last couple of years now from June, July, and August, and here I am making a video in early September. I'd hope to get this video out before September. Just didn't really work out that way. Things have been very, very busy in my life. Lots of things to distract. And I am still reading, but I'm trying to catch up with videos. So what we have here is you can see a TNG novel. TNG is my favorite iteration of Star Trek, and this is a data-centric novel. So this came out, I think, in the early 2000s. I can just double check. Yeah, 2002. It takes place after Star Trek First Contact. So we have Data, who is an android. We saw him get an emotion chip in the series, and in some of the films we see him kind of struggling with that emotion chip. Here he's starting to find a balance. He's finding some kind of equilibrium in life. And what Jeffrey Lang has done here is he's telling a very data-centric story, and he, of course, like all fans would have noticed, Data in Next Generation is seen as, or he's spoken of as somebody who's very unique in the universe, or at least in the known universe of the galaxy. And yet, in the original series, there's tons of episodes with androids and artificial intelligence, and apologize for that. Got quite a beam coming through here, looking very, there we go. Make that look very, very angelic there. Anyway, just having a little fun. So, the original series, we see artificial intelligence and androids quite a bit. So he makes connections in here to episodes such as, like, What Are Little Girls Made Of? And Requiem for Methuselah, and meshes those things and brings them into the world of TNG. I think he does so pretty well. We essentially have a mystery at the beginning of things involving Bruce Maddox, who was a scientist who wanted to basically take Data apart to find out how he worked. We have some background from Noonien Singh, who is, Sung, who is Data's creator. And there's sort of a mystery that's around all of this, and things I think come together in a pretty satisfactory way. This is overall pretty character-driven. I like the writing. I like the story here. We are introduced to a new character. I believe her name is Rhea, which they do some interesting things with her in this. It does feel like, I find this sometimes with Trek novels where, and it's not exactly a Mary Sue case, but an author will introduce a new character to be thrown into the mix, and sometimes it feels like that character starts overshadowing your regular cast and crew and, your beloved, the crew, the Enterprise and stuff. That kind of happened earlier this summer when I was reading the books that had to deal with Spock's son. Or at least there were two books about him, the son Czar. And by the second book, Czar kind of was, outshining a lot of other people. And here we have that new character, Rhea, who kind of does also start to outshine a little bit towards the end. It's kind of a minor criticism. It's not too bad, but it's something that I noticed. But overall, the way that the things from the Next Generation that also dealt with artificial intelligence, there's a few episodes, and also the original series, I think they actually come together pretty well in this. And overall, I was pretty happy with this book. I was pretty satisfied with it. So yeah, if you're a Trek fan, I would recommend this one. So before that sun gets any lower and blinds you even more, that's it. I'll leave it there. Those were my thoughts on Immortal Coil by Jeffrey Lang. And this is my last video for Book Trek 2024. So when it comes to Star Trek fiction, until next year. Thank you, BookTube.